Let's see.
Fired up.
Boom. I believe that we're live. We're feeding out to the folks out there. Let me know how we're coming through to everyone, if we're coming through loud and clear. You already know what I'm going to say. You want to join us live, go to Utreon, because we shoot us. Bloody hell. That's right.
Shooters. Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Let's see. Walter's throwing up shooters. I don't see Babyface does not have a shooter.
I do not have one today.
Yeah.
This one, hey, Patrick, I figured out what this gun didn't work.
What was the issue?
It always helps to put the right ammo in it, you know.
Okay, so it was the wrong ammo.
Yeah.
And I'll once we get going here, I'll tell you the story.
He's so crazy. Yeah, Babyface. Is that a Daniel Defense hat? Looks like it.
No, this is the Defense Distributed Ghost Gunner.
Oh, nice. Okay, I was just looking at the DD. So
I was just looking for anything downstairs. And this is what I have.
So anyway, we're live. We can hold guns. There you go. You want to join us? Utreon / Who Moved My Freedom or WMMF podcast. That's the place to go to. Of course, we're going to put this up on YouTube later, and you guys will also be able to listen to the audio anywhere that you can get audio from, including, like, you know, if you've got Audible or whatever, you could look up the Who Moved My Freedom podcast and listen to it while you're driving around in your automobile or at work or whatever. So there you go. All right, so let's see. I think if everything's good, audio and all that going through, I'm going to hit the open and we're going to get this going.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Let's put everyone up in here. Let's get the jazz hands going with the jazz hands. Oh, Lord. That was, I don't know. That was a little bit disgusting.
Well, then, let me try it again then.
Yeah, if you're going to go... Don't go a little bit. Go all the way.
I was trying to get out the whole jazz hands things in one burp, but it didn't work.
You didn't have enough rounds loaded. You misloaded that one.
I got the wrong ammo in me. That's
absolutely. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on out there. This is episode 934. 34. So we got like 66 more episodes before we hit 1,000. I don't know if my brain math is working right.
That's you, man.
Oh, if you have a lisp, of course, you know. So yes, and the title of the podcast tonight is, guess what? The FBI sucks. FreeForAll Monday.
Who stole my whipped cream?
With Walt Safety Harbor. There's Walt of Safety Harbor Firearms. Oh, I see you got your Panther hat on. I don't know what.
Yeah, look at that. Whoa, hang on a second. Yeah. Going the wrong way.
There you go. Yeah, Panther hat. Babyface P is also here. Did you leave your Panther hat here, or you took it?
I never took one. I gave it to Walter, and then I walked away.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I forgot to actually take one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And Babyface P is here of Babyface P Incorporated Worldwide. There you go.
LLC.
Yeah.
Limited.
We all here. All here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start the regular weekend thing. Babyface, go.
Did some shooting with some folks that we'll talk about, I'm sure, today. Beyond that, not a whole lot else.
What?
That wasn't very exciting.
Yeah, I know.
We'll get there. I don't need to spoil it all.
Yeah. Is your microphone actually on, or is that your computer microphone?
Can you hear me?
Nope, I don't think from that one. Tap on your microphone. No, I don't hear you tapping on it. I think your other microphone is on. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Walt, it's all on you to dazzle us with your amazing weekend that you had.
Let's start with Saturday.
Okay.
I started my Saturday morning at 4:45 in the a.m. That's when I got up, and I drove to my daddy's house. That's on the way to Hank Strange's place. and stopped into him and made his TV work for him. He got a new TV, and he doesn't know what the word tech is. Tech is not in his. If you can't turn a wrench and or beat it with a hammer, it ain't the tech he's into. So got his TV working, and then I headed over to Hank's, and we busted some caps with some folks that you're going to hear about here shortly. I mean, over here, yeah, that one. Oh, I can't do this stuff. Yes, and then I get a phone call when we're shooting, and I had to go back to my dad's house and push the right buttons again to make his TV come back on right.
Did he literally just hit the wrong button?
I blame you. I blame you, Walt. I blame you.
When the front screen comes up, you have to scroll over to the live, like the antenna symbol, and hit the antenna symbol. And
so he just didn't know what he was doing.
No, not a clue. So got that back up going.
Right.
And he needs his story from my dad. My dad lives out in the middle of nowhere, and he tried the cable thing, the dish thing, and then he decided he didn't want to pay for it. So he has broadcasts, whatever comes across the airwaves, which is very little. But he doesn't have a real good antenna, and he probably could use a little more height on his antenna. So that's some stuff we'll have to work at. And there's boosters you can get and stuff like that. So, but anyways, Sunday, what'd they do? Sunday I got up at a leisurely pace because I didn't have a 5:45 or a 4:45 wake up alarm. And what did I do? Fuck. Must have been that exciting. I can't remember.
I would have been sleeping if I didn't have to get up. Oh yes, I would have personally.
I actually went outside and messed with the Pinsgauer a little bit because the Pinsgauer's not running right, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. And then we went out to lunch, and I decided after lunch that I wasn't doing anything. So
makes sense.
But we had kind of a late lunch. Lunch was over at 3:00. So, so I came home and I ordered myself an ultrasonic cleaner. That's one thing I did because I got to rebuild my car. I got to rebuild the carbitrators on the Pinsgauers. Yeah.
So you got a big ultrasonic cleaner, like industrial,
12 inches long, like maybe 9 inches wide, like 5.5 inches deep, something like that. Decent size.
Okay.
And big enough to stick like a full size pistol frame in if you need to, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm asking for totally selfish reasons.
Or your dentures, whatever. Believe it or not, people do that. I can't see that, but I don't have any dentures.
Your dentures? No.
Dentures, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I got that ordered, and that was pretty much Sunday. I didn't do after that. I just hung out and chilled out a little bit. Then my wife, my beautiful wife, made brownies. Oh, I wanted some brownies so bad. So we had brownies and ice cream basically for dinner.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I was thinking about it today. I was like, I didn't have any dinner last night. We just had brownies and ice cream.
Yeah,
well, I guess that works.
Right. Someone was saying here that you should have gotten your dad one of the old TVs with the knobs. I'm trying to see who said that.
42 Chilled?
42 Chilled was saying get him one of the old TVs with the knobs.
I mean, okay. You buy a new TV now, and the first thing that pops up on it is all this Roku stuff and YouTube and all this stuff. And if you're not interested in that, he wants to see the news. He wants to watch some football.
Your dad is into football?
He watches football when it's on. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's not like a nutty football fan with banners and jerseys and all that shit, but yeah.
I mean, I hate to say this, but your dad needs cable. And
I told you, my dad had the Dish Network, but my cheap ass dad didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, but this is not a money issue for your dad. Your dad got the money for the cable.
He could, yes, he could, yeah.
Yeah, he got the cable money.
All I'm saying is, he
don't want to spend it. Like, well, you've got to balance this out, man. If you're gonna live in the middle of nowhere, like if he was living in some place where there was a bunch of other old people to hang out with, I get it. Okay, yeah, not necessary. You could go chase those old ladies around, you know. But where your dad is, you have to. He needs the internet or cable, or both. My opinion. My opinion. I know. I know your dad. Yeah.
You're preaching to the choir, mofo. You're preaching to the choir.
Yeah. Come on now. Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, he can't go blind with the internet. It's not capable. He's past the point where, you know, it's like age and blindness. You know, those things they're racing neck and neck. He's not going to get blind.
You can have so much stuff related to that blindness stuff that your computer doesn't work anymore.
Well, this is why I thought the smart TV. I don't know. I'm trying to think logically. Like, why does an old dude who doesn't want to have cable, he doesn't want to have any of those apps, why does he buy a smart TV?
Well, you don't have a lot of choice, my friend.
He probably doesn't even know. He's just buying whatever he.
No.
Nice.
He you don't really have any choice when you go. All of this stuff has that on it now. So,
yeah, that's true. What did he did a Walmart special, you said?
Yeah, the Walmarts. Yeah, the Walmarts, yeah.
Did he get a big massive TV or a little one?
No, probably. Well, now what they call massive is, now what they call normal's what you used to call massive. So
like 50, 60 is normal now.
Yeah, it's in that range. Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's super lightweight compared to his old one. The other one was like a freaking tank.
Yeah.
But you know what he told me? He says, you're not shooting that thing either. Because his last TV, or I brought monitors up there or something, we shot the F out of that thing, and it was a mess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we shredded it.
Okay. Yeah. But you got him sorted. Did you have to draw him little pictures so he knows how to change the input? No? Oh.
I just told him, antenna symbol, push that.
Right.
You need that. You know, it's
okay. Like... Yeah. We're all going to get old, man. We are all going to get old.
Yeah, I know, but...
Yeah. So...
whatevs.
Yeah. Whatevs. It's coming for all of us. It will happen. Yeah. Some of us are sooner than others, so... What other stuff was... I mean, if we want to talk about the weekend, we did have both PSA and DPMS Panther Arms out on the Hacienda. Did you guys have a good time?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Of course. You're
this worked out well for me because I forgot my hat. So when we got to have a hat, so boom, there's a new hat. So
yeah. I'm trying to go through the ones that are here and find the ones that no one put on their head. I don't like putting a hat on my head that somebody else put on their head.
Just wash it.
Yeah, but yeah. So all those hats will have to get washed then. Everything will have to go.
Or you toss them, one or the other.
Yeah.
I got a pile of hats behind me.
They're cool hats.
I used to be like a one hat dude. I had one hat to my name, and now I got piles of hats, and it's like, okay, I'm tired of. I'm keeping this one because this one's cool, but I mean, I got. Every time you turn around, somebody's giving you a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that other one I was talking about.
Yeah, no, that's true.
We should have a. Is a Trump hat?
That's the camouflage one.
Oh, camouflage, make America great again. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Did you ever think you would see that day, Patrick?
I do what you gotta do.
That was disrespectful. Walter, you've come a long way, baby.
Full circle, mofo. Full circle.
No, full circle will be all the way back right around to where you were.
Well, here, let's see here what we got. Let's see here. There's Palmetto State Armory. I'll keep that one.
That's a good one. That's a leather. Oh, that's a Barnauls. That's a Barnauls.
That's a good one.
Hold on, go back to the brown. Oh, why'd you toss the Barnauls? That Hank Strange one. That's classic, legendary. Oh,
they're all good.
Oh no. No. Yeah. What the hell is going on? How dare you throw that Hank Strange hat like that?
I'll keep Tyven's hat because I like
Tyven.
Yes, he's a crazy guy.
Everybody in the crew is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I got this hat from your place when I didn't have a hat one time. I
Who
don't even know
in
what
the crew
what that
is a Lippert? Oh, that's a. Is
Lippert,
that
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Is Lippert? Lippert is a distributor, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
I've heard of Lippert. Look at that
right
classic Hank Strange hat. Okay, damn you, Walter.
This is a Century Arms one, but they put Velcro on the front of it, so you can put somebody else's shit on the front of this and never know the difference to Century Arms. Woo!
Yeah. I've got those too.
I got one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can see I'll have to clean the mess up later, but now the Liberty. Well, I rode on that B-17, so I'm not throwing this hat away. So that's a good hat. So, but anyways, that has nothing to do with the weekend.
Are you aware of all the starving children in Africa that don't have hats? Are you aware of that? That you're just tossing those hats around, and there's all these starving.
You can send them over there.
There's all these starving kids in Africa that they're starving, and
they're gonna what are they gonna do? Boil that hat up and eat it?
No, but
What are they gonna do? Boil it up and eat
but
it?
having a nice hat on their head might help, with the starvation.
I ain't never seen an African children with no Lippert hat on their head. Never.
I don't know. Yeah. No, my parents used to tell me, even when I lived in Nigeria, my parents would tell me, do you know all the... Yeah, they always tell me about the starving children.
Hey, let me tell
Which
you
is true. It is true. There's starving
you know
kids.
why those children are starving in Africa?
Mm-hmm.
Because the rich people that live in that same country where the starving people in Africa have sold their food to somebody else and profited on the money. That's
yes. When people in America or around the world send stuff there, the
fucking dictators steal the money.
Yeah, they roll up in there and take all that shit, and then it goes to their people and their peoples. And
to the guerrilla army that's fighting over on this side and all. Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you guys, when we lived in Nigeria, we had like a big mango tree in our yard, massive. I used to hide in that mango tree when my mom was trying to beat me, and that's how big it was. And I would go all the way up, and my mother, my parents are from the Caribbean, so my mother could climb a tree. But I was so lightweight that I would go high up and way out on the branches, that being a kid, I could go out on those branches and she couldn't go out there. So she would she would go back down. Yeah, she would just wait until I got tired. Like, I'll wait for my dad. I'll wait for my dad to come home. I'm like, oh shit, I'm safe. And then my mom will wait for me to feel like I'm safe and go to sleep, and then beat me.
Beat your ass.
But what I was going to say is, so this big mango tree would have drop mangoes all the time, and I enjoyed mangoes because I actually was constipated in the first part of my life. I had severe constipation. But so this was in Guyana, living in England, and when we went to Nigeria, the mangoes and the guavas and the papaws and all those fruits that I was eating completely opened up the system. There was there was no holding. Yeah, there was no holding. I had this thing called reverse peristalsis, which basically
are we sure we want to discuss all this?
Basically, you build up all these muscles in your stomach holding everything. So anyway, that's a whole other.
I think he has severe stuccoitis.
Sounds like
stucco.
No, it was a serious thing. But anyway, so there was all these mangoes, and we would eat them, but you can't eat all the mangoes. So there were these little girls that used to come with these trays. These little Nigerian girls would come with these trays, and then they'll pick up all the mangoes, and then they'll take them to the market and sell them. And every time we saw them, my brothers and myself, we saw those little girls in our yard, we would go out there and chase them off and throw rocks.
Stealing your mangoes.
Yeah, we would throw rocks at them and stuff like that. And my dad found that one time, and he was mad. He was. Yeah, he was like, "These kids don't have nothing."
Yeah, you chasing off. They're working, and you asses are doing nothing.
Yeah. So
that's what it equates to.
Yeah, it was pretty. He was really mad about that. So. His spoiled little kids that were chasing off the little African girls, so. And then later, for me, it was one of those psychological things, because I always found those little, the dark-skinned, the African chicks, I was always into that. My dad knew I was going to marry an African chick. He always knew that when I was a kid.
A Nubian princess?
Yes, he knew that. He told Lola that. He was like, I always knew. he liked all kinds of girls, but he liked the dark-skinned girls. He knew that about me. So it might have been one of those things that I was doing. You know, when you're like a kid and you like the girls, you pull their hair and you do. I don't know if you guys did all that, but yeah.
I don't know.
No, Walter? No? Really?
I don't think I pulled their hair.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
No.
So that's my little story about the starving African children that I was that I was terrible to. You know, so I apologize to all those little starving African girls out there that have to.
If you're listening.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
They keep it up with you.
Yeah. There might be. We are listened to worldwide.
Worldwide.
All over the world. I know there's some hot Italian chicks listening to us. We're not. Our biggest audience is in America.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then is Canada. And then parts of Europe. So there's people in England that listen to us. There's people in Italy that are listening to us. And I know some of those people are hot Italian chicks. So, yeah.
I like the way you know this.
Go on social media. Russia, people in Russia, there's some hot Russian chicks.
Oh, yeah. Well,
listening to this, you know. There's some hot Russian chicks, so.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why are you
and
talking
everywhere.
about a list?
I imagine everywhere around the world that people listening to us, there's some hot chicks that are listening to us like, oh, if I ever get to America.
If I could just get a hold of those mangoes, I'd milk them like All it takes a couple mangoes and he'd be regular as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Jen Champ Jr. says papaya, which I call papa, which is what they call it. That stuff is good, man. You can't hold back on that. You eat that, you gotta go. There's no holding back.
42 Chill says, grab them by the...
No, that's terrible. We're taking a break. We'll be back. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. So, I know that probably some of you guys want to change the subject here, but Jen Champ Jr. says dark chocolate is the best chocolate. Boom. Respect. What do you guys think about that? You guys like I like all ladies. All flavors. Anyone?
I like shapes over colors.
Really?
Any color could do, as long as it's got the right proportions to it.
What kind of shapes are you talking about there, babyface? A Coca-Cola bottle shape? You like a big booby shape?
You know what? Proportional. I'm gonna say proportional. They don't parts don't have to be too big or too small, as long as they fit proportionate. You see some of them skinny girls that get their boobies done and they're just like,
oh my god,
not for me.
They got no waist. They got no.
Yes.
They got
no
hips.
Not for me.
Yeah. They got no ass. They got this flat ass, and they got nothing else.
Yep. No, proportional. It's gotta fit in the right proportions.
It's not natural for someone to have big boobies and be bony. Come on now.
Exactly. It looks wrong. It just looks incorrect.
Yeah. So
not natural.
No, it's not natural. Okay, so no particular on Babyface likes the shapes over the colors. What about sizes? Are you like short? Like I like the ladies shorter than taller, but you know.
Short, gotta be shorter than me. I don't think I could date a girl that was like 6 foot. That'd be weird.
Oh,
Amazon. Walter, how tall are you now?
Make any difference?
Walter said it doesn't make any difference. Is that what Walt said?
just a little bit more to explore. That's all.
You could chop them down to size. Yeah.
A little bit shorter, but they're again proportionate. I don't want some girl that's like 4'10", 4'5". That's getting a little too short for me.
That's called a spinner.
Yes, I do know what that is.
Wait, I don't get that reference. I don't get it, but I don't know if
it's a top. You know how you spin a top.
Spin them around. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. There you go.
Anyways,
There you go. That's Babyface P's preference for any ladies out there. He is married at this point, having a baby. So
yes,
you know,
yes.
but you know, it's still good to know. Still good to know. Babyface was chasing those like thick chicks when he was in high school.
Thick chick. Ah,
Proportional.
hey.
Proportional. Proportional all the way around. What about you? What about you, Walter? Do you dare to venture into this
I
conversation?
venture into all I want. What do you want to venture into?
Yeah. What's your? I know your dad likes the chocolate ladies. This I know.
Well, yeah, I don't know exactly.
Yeah. This,
Anyways.
I know this. Maybe we should get like you know, we should get an African chick for your dad, man, like Nigerian, Ghanaian, or something like that. No.
No.
You're not
Yeah.
trying to.
Yeah.
It'd be good for him, you know.
Yeah, but it probably wouldn't be good for his bank account. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
What the-
I don't trust anybody that wants to hang out with my dad. Sorry.
What? That's okay. Come on now.
Well,
Anyone that hangs out with your dad is up to something, right?
well, I mean, you know,
Uh-huh.
and he's too foolish to realize that he might be getting you know, getting
Right.
done
Yeah.
in a not in a correct fashion.
Mhm.
But anyways, no, he hadn't had that problem. But anyways, yeah, I could
Mhm.
just see that happening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
It's not a bad way to
Anyhow,
go out. It's not a bad
he-
way to go out, you know.
he has enough to keep him busy that he doesn't need that type of imperial complication.
You know, but
Um,
they're not going to build the sex bots fast enough, man. This is the thing,
Well,
you know.
yeah.
I don't think we're really seeing like a good sex bot out there for. We got. I'm going to say at least like 10, 15 years before we see a decent. I don't know what anyone else's opinion is of that. I'm going to say somewhere between 10 and 20 years before we see a good one. Like what we see in the movies.
Oh, before you see depends on what movie. Are we talking like Blade Runner quality? Which that Blade
Yeah.
Runner, they're just like a regular person.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
10 to 20 years.
There's
I
a
think we
bunch
got
of-
a little bit longer than that.
No, well, Tesla's working on the Tesla bot and the Japanese. The Japanese. Uh-huh.
You can just bolt on the parts that you want to your Tesla bot.
Just get an upgrade.
you lean one way or the other, you bolt it on the front.
Oh Lord. I mean, there's a lot of paraphernalia out there these days. Let's be honest. There's a lot of
It's true.
paraphernalia.
It's true.
You know, they are molding body parts off your favorite adult stars. You know, but like a true, you know, hot bot getting out there like we see in the movies, I think we're a good way away from that. You know, someone will be living on Mars before we see that. There'll be people on Mars at that point. You know, so. Okay, Walt, I see you're trying not to get into this conversation.
Yeah, because it doesn't go in a good way.
We are predicting the future over here, man. In the 20 years from now, people are going to find this podcast and they're going to go, you know what? Hank Strange was right. 20 years. In the year 4042, sex bots everywhere.
I doubt it.
Okay. There you go. We'll see. What's that gun you're showing off?
Okay, this weekend,
Mhm.
when I went to Hank's, I figured, you know, I'm going to shoot this rifle I've never shot before. So this is an M95, a Steyr M95. This one was actually made in Bucharest. It's a Hungarian version of the M95. I got this from a friend whose father was a World War I veteran. So when I got this from my friend Jim, who's no longer with the living, he was in his 80s. So that tells you the vintage and all that stuff of his father. So I thought I had the right ammo. I had some. If you look up Steyr M95, you'll find a lot of places that says that it fires 8x56R, a rimmed cartridge, right? And a lot of this ammo you see on the market nowadays is the old Nazi loaded ammo. It's in and people collect it because it's got Nazi stamps on it, eagles and all this stuff all over it. So, but I just wanted to shoot the rifle, so I go up there, put a round in it, go to put the bolt forward, and stuck. It won't close, and I'm like, what the? Scott's in my head. What the F is going on? So I finally messed with it a little bit and took the gun halfway apart, trying to get all the rest of the loaded ammo out, because it loads off of a stripper clip, a real clip, not a magazine. And when you get done firing the last round, the clip comes out the bottom here. So I got it all. I got the rest of the ammo, and there was still a stuck cartridge in the chamber. I took it home. Got home this morning in the shop, knocked out the stuck cartridge, trying to figure out what's going on. Why won't this go in there? What's going there? So a friend came by this afternoon.
Let me ask you a question. You couldn't do it when you were here? You couldn't get that stuck cartridge out when you were here?
I didn't.
You didn't? Did you have a cleaning rod with you? There's a reason why.
Yes, but I didn't want to start banging on it.
Oh, okay.
In front of everybody. So
okay. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that gun on the table. I don't remember even seeing that gun.
Well, it's not a real good time to start.
No.
Kind of stuff. We were shooting guns and stuff, so I took it all home.
Right.
Knocked it out this morning. Came out really easy actually. Once I got a larger diameter rod, a 30 caliber rod instead of a 5.56 rod, and looking at it, staring at it, looking at it, staring at it, going, what the hell's cleaning the bore? The bore's bright and shiny. This thing looks like it's brand new inside. So I'm like, what the hell's going on? So a friend came over this afternoon, and I told him about it, and he's like, well, let's go look on the internet and see, blah, 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 blah. Well, come to find out, when these guns were used in World War I, the chamber was 8x50R. And in the 30s, they modified these to 8x56R. So the
that's
cartridge
856 now. That's 856.
This is this is still World War I. 8
still World War. Okay.
50R. Oh, okay. So the 8x56 won't fit in the chamber.
So that's
is that what you had?
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Oh, so that's more original than you even thought then.
Yes, this is the original caliber from World War I. The ones that have been converted usually have like an S or this stamp up on the receiver to show that it was converted. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on some auction website and sell it off, because it's
good news.
You can get the cartridges, you can make them, you can resize different cartridges but I have enough projects, and
yeah, well, that's probably worth some money, so it's not bad news.
Yeah, it might be, and then I'll just look for a 8x56 version, and
yeah.
No
Do you guys want to hit some news for a while? I see people are talking about news. Did anyone other than me see the Zuckerberg bot was on Joe Rogan? Speaking of robots,
I watched some of it. The big takeaway that everybody's jumping on is that FBI claim, which is a big claim. So yeah,
isn't that crazy? So if you guys don't know, if no one saw this out there, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder, allegedly, of Facebook, was on Joe Rogan. First time ever he was on Joe Rogan. And I didn't look at the whole thing. I just looked at the specific, because I don't think he put the whole thing on YouTube. I think you have to go to Spotify for the whole interview. But he was asking him about when all this Hunter Biden stuff came out right before the election. He wanted to know how Facebook reacted to that, and Zuckerberg was saying that unlike how Twitter was completely deplatforming people for posting stuff about the Hunter Biden laptop, including the New York Post, that's been around since the 30s or something, that are journalists and all that, they got kicked off because of talking about it. It was a legit story. Zuckerberg said the FBI came to them right before that, said there's going to be misinformation coming out. And so when it came out, they suppressed it. They didn't get rid of it, but they suppressed it.
So the FBI lied to him.
They lied to everybody.
Well, maybe not necessarily. I think the important thing... Yeah, so they may not have... If you went to a court and said they lied, in a court of law, they may not have lied. But I think the really important thing here
they didn't tell the whole truth. They did that
they may not have told the whole truth.
Yes,
but
they were covering for Biden.
The thing is, they might have just gone to them and said, "Hey, we think shit's about to pop off," and didn't give them any further context. And then this comes out and they go, "Oh, that's the shit that was going to pop off." When in fact the FBI can now plausible deniability. The FBI can now go, "Oh no, that's not what. Well, we don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. Well, I think someone.
The FBI did come out and say, we told them about stuff, but we didn't tell them to censor anything. That's the FBI's play.
Well, the FBI was telling people, and other people were saying that it was Soviet Russian disinformation, and this is just from one place. So this is just Facebook saying it. What did the FBI tell to all the other social media platforms? And there were places where people were getting deplatformed, all kinds of crazy stuff was happening here. So it's possible. Covering. Yeah, it's possible they were. It's incredibly possible. Why are they getting involved in that?
They had picked their candidate.
Yep.
When has this happened in the past? Tell me when this has happened in the past.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Really, honestly, though, like, are you being sarcastic, or, like, has this ever really happened with the FBI?
No, well, it could have... So the only way...
They tell people serious. This information about Hunter Biden is not real. It's not real.
So here's what I'm trying to... Well, so I think... I'm trying to find out exactly what Patrick... or what you mean, and I think Patrick is probably trying to wonder that as well. Like, are you talking about if this is the first time that ever happened with social media or with news ever?
I will. Anybody that thinks the FBI is a great organization, I will tell you to look at their history of how they were founded and find a spot in time that they were ever a great American law enforcement organization. Well, they were created to spy on presidents, to make a shit list against people that Hoover didn't like. That's why they were around. That's it.
Well, that's how you stay around in Washington.
Yeah,
exactly. No, that's exactly. That's all.
Yeah. All these government organizations are a grift. What's the IRS all about? What's the ATF for?
When you
FDA, EPA.
When you
go to places that. And you tell them that something's not real. In reality, it is real, and they know it's real. They knew this about Hunter Biden. They probably knew this about Hunter Biden before Biden was the president. Biden's other son that was in the military was a drug addict. Okay, the one that died.
They had already stepped in and investigated Hunter Biden for the sister-in-law / significant other throwing his pistol into a garbage can. They had at the
time the FBI knew this was not a fake Russian thing.
They knew it wasn't fake. They were fixers. That's what somebody.
Yeah. So if they were telling anyone that there was going to be, why would they even be telling social media there's disinformation? They probably also went to the media and said, "Oh, there might be disinformation. Ignore it." And the media being lazy and social media platforms being lazy just all ignored it.
I don't think you have to be that. They're all in the same ticket. They're all in the same boat. They're all riding in that same. Let's get the other. Let's get him
but
elected.
The world is so upside down that now they can shift the blame off and go, "Oh, it wasn't us. It was the FBI." That's what Zuckerberg did.
Well,
am I right or wrong on that?
What?
That's what Zuckerberg.
No. Here's where it comes in that I don't think he realizes what he said. Basically, what that means is, again, they're going to play this plausible deniability thing of, "Oh, well, we didn't tell them to censor it," even though that's ended up what happened. But they basically now are a wing of the government, of the left-leaning government, in the sense that the FBI came in, told them, "We don't like this, shut this down," and they did. So that's highly unconstitutional and illegal.
What would have happened in America if during that same election there's something that had come out about one of the Trump kids, right?
Oh, it would have been plastered everywhere. It would have been
and
blasted
the FBI came out and said,
24/7.
But let's say the FBI or some government organization came out and told these people don't run it. They would have still run it. Let's say they did it. Let's say they still suppressed it and all that, and then we're here. If we're finding this out now, it would be bloody murder in the streets. They will be trying to nullify Trump's presidency, right? And Trump became president and all that. They'll be trying to nullify it. All kinds of stuff would still be going on. It's insane that we're living in a country that this is happening and it's like normalized. You know, it's
all
okay.
these, well, and the sad part is there's all these fucking dumbasses in this country that and I'm not. They are.
I agree with you completely.
That buy into all this crap that they get fed because they sit in front of the stupid TV and watch it 24/7 and go and sit in front of this thing hooked up to all their social leftist media sources and they go, oh man, you see that? You see what they're doing? You see what they're doing to me? I can't have an abortion. I don't have to, but I don't have to pay for my school loan either. But you know,
we'll have to talk about that too. We'll have to talk.
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. The student loan is nuts. How are we fixing the economy by printing more money?
How are we fixing the economy? Okay, you go to college to get a better job, maybe,
right?
Unless you want to learn how to dance or do art, and
$10,000 or $20,000 can't pay most college tuitions nowadays, anyway.
So I think here's a big. I'll let Walter finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
What are you teaching these young? Well, they're not all young. They're not all young. There's old people who go to college too, thinking they're going to somehow get ahead. But what are you teaching these people? Well, you know, do whatever you want. You know, somebody else is going to pay for it. You know.
I think this is the same ruse as like what is the name of that thing? Damn it. You know, for the 40 acres and the mule that like all the descendants here in America of slaves what is it?
Reparations?
Reparations, yes, reparations. It's like reparations. if you could, let's say you could even identify all the descendants of the slaves, right? To give them reparations. At the end of the day, you are fucking them over because they're living in America and you're printing money in order to give them something which will devalue everything that they own.
And every one of those people, every one of those students that paid their loans off the normal way, you're fucking every one of them and by giving stuff away to these bums that well, I'm gonna say they're not all bums because everybody would take advantage of it. Even the not so bums would get their.
So I think technically, first of all, we don't even know that this is even a thing. This could be all bullshit and never happen. But and then secondly,
have we moved on from Hunter Biden to?
Yeah, we're talking about the student. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. Okay, go ahead, Patrick. I know you got something.
So the best argument I have against all of this, because obviously, well, I don't want to say obviously, I think we will actually benefit from it in this house because Marley, I think, has an outstanding student loan from the government that we've been paying on. Mm-hmm. So I hate to say it, but I think we will benefit from it. I also, on the same vein, benefited from women and underprivileged minorities getting first rate into college, whatever that's called. I can't remember what that is. I'm Hispanic, so I believe I probably benefited from that as well. Not that I like it. But the best way to think about it is roughly, I'd say 28% of the country has a degree at this point. Those people potentially will make a lot more money than their blue-collared counterparts. So in the long run, say 70% of the country is going to be paying for 30% of the country who will end up making more money than that 70% of the blue-collared workers.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
How does that seem right at all?
I suffer to differ slightly with that whole synopsis.
No, I see what Patrick is saying. It's like the people, when you get a college education, it's supposed to be a thing that you do because, hey, now you're going to make more money, etc. It doesn't always happen. A lot of people get degrees that are bullshit.
absolutely.
I would be willing to bet you if you took everybody in this whole country that ever got a college degree, and you compare them to say welders and pipe fitters and plumbers and people of trade people. Let's see who makes more money in the end.
You got to remember that yes, welders, plumbers, and trade people make a good amount of money, and I don't dispute that. But that easily gets offset with McDonald's, Walmart, any of those like $7.95 an hour jobs.
You have to have that. You can't. The joke was back in the old days in Russia, everybody was an engineer.
Yeah.
And what the hell good is that? If
that's
everybody's
what we've come to, though.
If everybody's an engineer, your engineering degree is worth nothing.
But my point is, do you think the person, the man, the guy, the woman working at Walmart for $8 an hour should be financing somebody who's college educated?
No,
that doesn't seem right at all.
You sign that. You sign that piece of paper, or your mammy signed that, or your pappy signed that piece of paper. So that is your problem.
I think everyone, this is one of the reasons why I don't know if this is even actually going to be a thing. I don't know if everyone's going to be able to take advantage of it. And even the people who are, it's probably not going to wipe out all their debt anyway.
No, it's not going to wipe out.
At the end of the day, everyone pays for it when we print money. Regardless of what it is, when we just pull money out of thin air and just create money that causes inflation, everyone pays for that.
Inflation's going to get worse.
The people who may benefit from it, the people who may, everyone.
Nobody's going to benefit from it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody will benefit from it. Because you're going to pay for it tenfold in the long run. Your kids or grandkids are going to be the ones, my kids will be the ones paying for this debt that we're racking up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I relieve a little bit of short-term pain, but 10 years from now, my arm's going to fall off. That's basically what we're doing.
And also, this is just a small thing. I know it's a big thing. Like, what was it, like...
Well,
how many trillions? What was it? Or hundreds of millions? What did it come out to? Was it 300 million or something like that?
300 billion or something.
Yeah, okay. Like that. So, but there's so much more that they're doing. Every time they do this stuff, every time they tag on things, every time they create this stuff, paying for what's going on in the Ukraine, all of this stuff that's happening is just like we're all going to pay for it. Every single day, your money becomes less valuable. So that means if you have a job, regardless of what it is, you are an OnlyFans and you make $1 million a year. You work at McDonald's, okay? You're a lawyer, a doctor, you're a welder, whatever the hell it is, your money that you make is getting devalued. And what it costs for you to feed yourself, house yourself, etc.
Goes up and up and up and up.
Yeah, that's.
I don't understand. I don't understand how folks don't understand that. It's pretty obvious. Money doesn't,
because it's not their money.
Yeah,
but
it's not their money.
It is though.
It's everyone's money at the end. It's everyone's money.
It is their money. It is their money. That's where inflation comes from.
It's a tax you can't hide from.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, and I think most people. I think even the left doesn't like this thing. From what I've seen.
The folks can pretend all they want, like, oh, it's not my money. We're taking it from the rich, but no, you're just taking it from your future self. Is all it is.
Yeah.
Instead of your $4 Starbucks, it's going to be a $6 Starbucks.
Why do you want to take the money from the rich? That is the most idiotic.
Okay,
the rich buy cars, the rich buy refrigerators, the rich get their drywall done, the rich get their house painted. Somebody's got to do all that shit.
You know what? You cannot take money.
Scapegoat.
You can't take money from the rich.
No, you can't. No. France proved that very, very handedly when they tried to do that. And all of the quote-unquote rich offshored all their funds.
Yeah, the idea you could do.
Not gonna do
you know how I could prove it to you? You can't do it because our politicians are the rich. The Republicans, the Democrats, they're the rich. They have things in place that have been there from the beginning of America to protect their money. You cannot take their money from them.
Also, I hate the phrase tax loopholes. Personally, I hate any time somebody on the left says, "Oh, we got to close the loopholes." No. You wrote the tax code. and you wrote that into the tax code. It's not a loophole if you created it that
It's not a crime to pay as little taxes as possible. It's a crime to avoid
it's not
paying
the government's
taxes.
money anyways. Fuck them.
Oh, that's true.
It's theft to begin with, so fuck them. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that I don't know what's actually going to happen with this thing, but it's the tail wagging the dog. It's another one of to distract people.
Votes. It's called
That's exactly what it is.
What's happening.
100%. That's all they're doing is trying to buy for the midterm.
If there was no election looming and they were doing great in the polls, there'd be none of this talk. Zero.
How hard did Biden run on this? And it's been 2 years, and he's done fuck all in this realm, and they will never do it.
Well, so you know what the funny thing is? There's people out there that are still going to think, oh, I don't have to pay any college debt. There's a lot of you're lucky if your college debt is only $10,000 or $20,000.
That's nothing.
Okay,
so back to this college debt thing. The problem isn't. Part of the problem is no, not everybody needs to go to college. I'm sorry, but no, not everybody needs to go to college. Some folks just aren't cut out for that type of education. Some folks are better off getting a plumbing degree or an electrical degree and going and being an electrician or a welder. You don't got to be the smartest guy in the block to be a welder. And I'm not saying welders aren't smart. You just got to be hardworking and know what you're doing, and you can make you can make 3 times what I'm making by being a good welder.
Yeah, go ahead, Walt.
And have like almost no debt.
No debt, or very, very little.
Very little, yeah.
Yeah, can I tell you guys something? You could literally be a hot chick that is 18 years old and make $1 million a year and not even. If you want to show your and not know how to weld or do any of that shit.
You got to do things that some folks don't want to do.
No, I understand. If you want
to show your hoo-ha off on the internet, you can make a lot of money.
Let me just remind people of something. That stuff never, ever, ever, ever goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Your hoo-ha and you getting hoo-ha'd by that dude are going to be out there forever.
But guess what? We're living in a generation where a chick who had a sex tape was married to her whole family became very wealthy off of it and powerful and all of that and became famous. So every other kid out there that wants to be famous is like, oh, I agree with you all. I get it. I agree with you.
Back to the I was just going to say, back to the college thing. Part of the problem is there ain't no reason for the price of a university. There's absolutely no reason.
You know what it is though? It's also saving the universities. A lot of these universities need to go out of business.
It is a racket.
Yeah.
It absolutely is a racket. Do you know how much college degree tenured employees get at a university? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, they want to save them.
The whole college system is much like the law system in this country. It's just self-supporting. All it does is it just, you're going to go degree. You're going to get your liberal arts degree in, say for example, and I'm not putting in African studies.
Mm-hmm.
African studies, for example. Where in the F are you going to make any money with African studies?
By propagating it further. That's it.
Only in a college.
By propagating it on.
In reality, though, are you really? I mean, okay, you can be a college professor,
right?
You can get your tenure and all that junk, but are you really that? No, you're not. You're not driving a Ferrari when you're a college professor. You're not going on vacation to Europe every summer. You're not.
Some of them do pretty well, but yeah.
Professors. A lot of college professors think they are saving the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, and they've been taught that, and that's part of the system. That's part of the system. To think that somehow because you go get all degreed up and you're a doctorate of this and a doctorate of that, you're Mr. Know-It-All, but you can't fucking put a light fixture on the wall or change a light bulb because.
I won't even go as far because if you got the money, you can hire somebody to change your light bulbs. If you can't work in industry, whatever industry you say you are an expert at, if you can't go pick up and work in that industry, what the fuck are you good for? You have no experience.
No, that's okay. Kids go to school and they come out of school and they think, I got a degree, man. And it's like, you got nothing.
That's just the beginning.
You know how to pass a test. You know how to pass a test.
The worst thing I have to say is my education. I think the more it was like 30 something thousand probably for all of my education, which isn't too bad. I hate to say it, but my education probably was mostly just me learning how to be an adult and living on my own, and I don't know how much I actually learned by going to a university. I really don't know what.
But I don't think probably, I would say if you ask me what the biggest part of it is, it probably does help you in your career, even though it's not directly affected.
It opens doors.
Yeah,
I guess.
Doors.
Right.
Now, once that door opens up, you got to do something, right?
You got to show that you're worth a shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for example, what you do, it opened the door, but what you do has nothing to do with that. So you had to educate yourself on how to do that shit, and you had to get the license, do the tests or whatever. You had to pass that,
I didn't do 4 years. I did like trade school and stuff, like a socialist thing, and I did drafting. It was drafting and stuff, and I did drafting for a little bit, and that was kind of my choices that I made that weren't always the best choices, but once again, you got to have something where you come out. If I was telling some kids now they want to do something and they have any mechanical aptitude, I'd do a trade, because you can learn stuff and you can go right to work, and you can work anywhere in the country. You don't have to be working in Florida. You don't have to. You can work in Michigan. No,
a lot of jobs. The problem that we're going to end up with is a lot of jobs will be automated. A lot of things can be automated away. You're going to have managers, obviously. You're going to have people doing certain things. But a lot of manual, like McDonald's or...
I think that's true. But listen, we know from the nonsense we did to ourselves in this in the last 2 years that we have to build more things here. And it's going to take years to start building those
That's
things.
Where I was going. You didn't let me finish, but where I was going was things like CAD engineers, people who run CNC machines, people who run regular manual machines. That stuff's never going away. It's required.
You have to have somebody that can fix them automated.
Yeah, robots can't do... Even Elon Musk said robots can't do everything. So
there are certain things that they cannot...
Who assembles the robots? Who programs the robots? Who fixes the robots?
Yes. I will say I have a pretty good job because people are turning... The 90s helped us turn away from automated phone systems and go back into... A person wants to hear somebody else when they call or send an email. They want to deal with a human, and they want to deal with a human in the United States.
Right.
People like it.
Yeah, so this is going to be completely crazy right now, what I'm going to tell you. I know you guys are not into hip-hop, but do you know that some people out there actually created a virtual rapper? Do you guys know about this?
It was AI created, right?
Capitol Records severs ties with virtual rapper FN Mecca. And it says, well, that didn't last long after facing a wave of backlash from activists following the signing of AI-generated virtual rapper FN Mecca. Capitol Music Group has backed away from the project. And basically what happened is they created this virtual some software for the rapper, but they took a black voice, a guy who's out there, black voice, and they captured his voice, and then they had this virtual rapper. Like, these raps were created virtually, and then they did it
by AI.
Yeah, and then they did cartoons for it and stuff like that. Well, it used the N-word. It did all kinds of shit. They did videos with this virtual thing. They made it. It kind of looks black, and they made it, or mixed, or mulatto. Who the hell knows? But they made it like get beat up by the cops. They did all this crazy shit.
That was a good idea.
They did all this crazy shit, and then people were like, "What?" So yeah, but you know what?
We're definitely gonna have another one of those Renaissance. I think where humans will choose money over. Where humans will have the choice of, do I want to pay less or do I want better service? We're gonna get into when AI takes off again. We're going to get into another one of those. Because I know for me, I would much rather go to Publix and pay the Publix premium than go to Walmart. I would rather them check my... I don't want to check my groceries out. I'll go and talk to somebody and let them check me out. They get paid better, and I pay the Publix premium, but I like it there. I don't want to go to Walmart.
So, you know what I would just say about the grocery thing? It's fine if I have to check up my own self, right? It's fine.
I don't mind.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing that pisses me off. You're going to not have anyone there to check me out, and then you're going to have people there trying to check my freaking receipt when I'm walking out. That's bullshit.
Look,
I check myself out. I own that shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
It's mine.
It's my property.
Absolutely, it's yours.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Don't, like, if you're gonna do that, just have someone there check me out. Then, damn it.
I think my computer is crashing. Oh no.
Uh-oh. No, we can hear you.
Everything's frozen. You can hear me, but everything's frozen.
We can hear and see you.
It's slowly dying. You'll see what happens next.
Yes, we'll see. We'll go as long as.
Oh no! It caught back up.
But you know, that's so insane.
It's yours. No, there are people on the internet who argue back and forth of, can you walk past that person and tell them to fuck off, or do you have to show them the receipt? And I lean on the side of, I just paid for it. It's mine. You can fuck off. Mm-hmm. I just typically am not rude enough to do that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a badass and tell people to fuck off, but I'm not going to voluntarily do that. And if you feel like if you're going to chase me down and call the cops and all of that over that, it's gonna wind up bad for them. I don't think most people would do that. It just really comes down. It's like when the ATF, there's the videos of the ATF coming to people's doors. You don't need to be rude to them. It's no point in you catching some bullets. Or getting into some shit.
That one video, the guy that said, "Listen, do you have a warrant? Then you can leave my property."
That's it. That's good.
Do it.
That's
perfect.
Yeah, totally fine. He threw in a couple of jokes. He was like,
they were not having.
He threw in some jokes about I'll hide my dogs or something like that.
Yeah, no, they didn't like that. They didn't like any of it. Oh, you need to read books.
But he wasn't rude. He was not rude though. He was not rude.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. Absolutely. In a way, they got kind of rude. It's all good.
The one guy got snippy because absolutely, he got snippy.
Right. Yeah. It's not in life. There's stuff that you can't reverse. So if you survive some shit going down, hey, it's all good. You could sue or whatever. If you die in that, I'm just trying to tell you the reality of the world, man. Other people are going to collect that money and enjoy it, but you dead. Yeah.
No, it's true.
So,
it's true.
Don't die unless it's worth dying. There are things worth dying for. I agree with that, but not everything. Mm-hmm. So it's all about how you go about it.
No, but flexing your legal muscle in the way that guy did, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
you were an American citizen, and you are granted certain inalienable rights, and you deserve to have those.
They got offended because he was, he was hitting the ATF. Well, guess what, bro? You work in there. Like, if you're the FBI and you're offended about us talking about you, do better.
You should ask him if they have any glory holes nearby. I wonder if anybody at the agency knows about that. They have to.
Oh,
of course they do. When Vince Sheffield was on and we brought it up, he started laughing
because he knew.
He was like, "How do you guys know about this?"
Yeah,
we're like, "Yeah, we know all about it." We're gonna take a quick break. We're coming right back here. So
Jesus Christ, already?
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We're burning right through
time. We just took one.
With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist.
Can I throw out something that see if it's controversial?
Uh-oh.
This is completely off topic and out of the blue. Mm-hmm. Cinnamon is disgusting without sugar. Have you ever tried to eat just cinnamon?
I'm assuming it would be just like a paprika or obviously a different flavor, but I've never.
But it's.
I like the smell. I like the smell of it.
If the smell's great.
Yeah.
It tastes disgusting. When you add sugar to it, it's all good. Everything's good there. Just throwing it out there.
Or what it's on. Like, I like a little bit of cinnamon in my cream of wheat, but you've got sugar, salt.
But you already have the sugar mixed in.
Sugar, salt, and butter and other things in there.
Yep.
So,
cinnamon alone, not very good.
Someone who said this? Jen Champ Jr. said, "Did that rapper get shot 9 times?" Nope. Well, virtual. I don't know. That's so crazy. That's nuts.
All right. I know.
Most
I
of
know
these
how to
rappers are virtual rappers anyway. Most of them are not.
I know how to
writing their own
fix.
shit.
I know how to fix this whole virtual rapper crap. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All you you can't play an American Indian unless you're an American Indian. You know that whole scam they play on people. You can't. I couldn't go brown face and play an Indian. Big Chief here.
So
know,
do you
can't
think?
do that.
So under those
Looks
rules,
ridiculous.
can you only play gay if you're gay? Can you only be transgender
doesn't.
if you're
It
transgender?
doesn't work that way in Hollywood.
None
There's
of that
plenty of
shit
people-
works like that in Hollywood. I always tell people, where did all this Hollywood bullshit come from? Like, you know how people in Hollywood complain, oh, they never had these people or those people in the movies. Who the fuck in Hollywood's been making movies all this time? Who is it?
So
Who's been doing the movies? Conservatives? Republicans?
Oh, I thought you were doing something else. Okay, never
No,
mind.
it's been the people who were complaining that've been making those movies.
I'm gonna poke a bunch of Jewish actors acting Christian. Is that right?
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that.
Tell me about it.
Yes, it's been
Rock Hudson.
It's been all of that.
With all these old time actors with their.
It's all
real-
the people who are complaining, making the movies and doing the shit, and then they keep complaining.
Okay, back to the rapper.
So
All you have to do is hire a bunch of black animators and CG and the people that make it. Then they'll be completely okay.
And actually, you're probably right. I'm not.
I
That's
I
how you
think
fix it.
if you did that, if you hand
'Cause then-
animated it or computer animated it
Yeah,
by
and it's all-
black people, I think people would be like, "Oh, well."
I think that was the big complaint in there. Well, the guy's voice, the guy who they used his
It
voice.
sounds ridiculous.
He's black, but they used his voice, and they didn't really tell him that his voice was going to be used like that. But if you sign,
I'd be kind of mad.
if you sign away the rights to your voice, though,
Was he paid? Was he paid?
he must have been paid when he signed away the rights to his voice.
Then it's
So.
Okay.
Yes, so you made that agreement, right? But you know what? I'll tell you something. This is art. I think rap music is art. All these different things are art. I'm not interested in the fake version of it. I want to see, I want to see people be real. I want to see some white rappers out there just rap about how they're born rich, and all that kind of stuff. It's like if you're a white rapper and you just put a bunch of tattoos on your face and then pretend, like the Island Boys or something like that. You get some fake dreads, put some tattoos on your face, and then pretend you from the hood. That's messed up. I would rather you rap about being a rich white kid or being
That's
a poor
messed up,
black
or
kid.
is that brilliant for scamming people into paying you money?
No, I guess it's performance art. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't know. I don't like that.
not
I don't
for me.
like 6ix9ine acting all hard and like gangster,
fake.
and he's not a gangster. I like 50 Cent, and he was a real gangster, But yeah, I think eventually people there's always trends and things like that. People will catch up to it eventually. But out of all of that will still come, really good music or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know if it matters. I mean, Elvis just took a lot of black songs that black people couldn't make that much money off of and performed it, and he made it a thing, and he made money.
It's a performance.
Yeah, so I'm not really mad at. Like, I grew up where my dad hated Elvis, my mom loved Elvis. Right? Like, my dad was like, "Oh, he's stealing black people's music." My mom's like, "But he's so cute." So I'm in the middle. I don't really care about it, and it helped normalize it. And then, hey, it's just the world's fucked up. So, but he still became an icon, and still, music grew and became a thing.
There are a lot of talent, and I'm not saying Elvis is talentless, but there are a lot of talentless people in high places that a lot of us think don't deserve it.
I won't say Elvis is not talent. It didn't have any talent.
No,
I mean,
he had.
what? How many
yes.
white boys can move their hips like that? I can.
How many white boys can sing even that well?
I'm black. I can't move my hips like that.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave this whole thing with one thought.
Uh-huh.
How many white folk sing songs written by black people? Now, is that stealing black music?
Oh, look, there's a lot of that, but
It was written for those white people, not stolen.
Yeah, that they
but
wrote
Oh
it.
yeah, they paid for it.
Yeah, it's not-
well.
That record label paid good money for that.
there's a lot of good. What's his name? What's the name of the guy, the country singer that smokes a lot of weed? Is it Willie Nelson? I think Willie. You know how many songs
smokes
Willie
a lot of
Nelson?
weed, probably.
You know how many songs Willie Nelson wrote for people, including black people? That
Yeah,
or
probably a
like
bunch.
he wrote those songs. Yeah, Dolly
I
Parton.
don't
has
hold
writ-
again.
Dolly
If you
Parton
can make
has
money by
Dolly
like, if
Parton has
you
written songs that black people have made famous. You know that, right? Like
Yeah, of
she wrote a
course,
song
of
that
course.
Whitney Houston made famous. So
who cares? She made money.
yeah.
That's right. There we go. Right. Yeah. Who
If you
gives a
do,
shit?
if you do it willingly and there's a fair exchange, blah blah blah.
Yeah, who cares?
all-
She
it's
was
all
there to
good,
make
yeah.
money. She made
Once
money.
again, if you sign that piece of paper and no one's got a gun to your head, then
It's
it's
on
your
you.
own.
You've got to make
And a lot
choices.
and a lot of black folks signed their rights to music to get $10,000 or $15,000.
Because
and
to
then
them
later
that
on-
was a big deal. That money was a big deal. That's why they did it. So
Well,
gotta
they needed
take
to
it.
survive. The bottom
yeah,
line.
you got to take it and survive, and then figure out how to thrive. Rob McNeely's out there. Shout out to Rob McNeely of TUSC. He's out there. There you go. Yeah, listen. I think first of all, there's nothing new under the sun. We are all
absolutely.
we are all stealing from each other and everyone. I got into an argument with one of my friends. I think it was like Thursday or Friday with this, because I was like, as human beings, we've looked at nature to come up with everything. We've looked at everything around us to come up with everything. He got mad.
Mhm.
He was like,
No,
you know,
that's true.
but yeah, we've taken.
It comes. Everything we have thought up comes from around us. That's how humans work.
Yeah. But you have to so you have to learn how to make choices. I've turned down things in the past, and even now I continue to turn down things because I decided that money wasn't enough. Like, whatever it is that person was giving me wasn't enough for me to like give up whatever it was I had to give up, including, my pride or my honesty, my honor, or whatever. It's like, nah, it would take more than that, so yeah. Everyone has to make those decisions. So. And I'm not gonna come down on you if you're a hot chick or a hot dude or whatever, and you go on OnlyFans and make money while you can. There's nothing wrong with that. I guarantee you, there's some old chicks.
No, I think there's something wrong with it. I disagree.
I
I
think
think we have a split in our moral fabric, and
here's what I think. Here's what I think. I think my personal thing. Like, I don't think people have to do what I think. Me personally, as a man, I'm not willing to do anything for money. That's me personally. But if there's people out there that they are willing to do anything for money, fine. Am I going to judge you? Yes, I have the right to judge you, though.
okay,
Yes,
we can
you
agree
do.
on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to judge hardcore. Well, you guys know
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I'm going to judge people anyway.
All right,
But
come on, I don't.
But
I don't judge anyone.
yeah, listen, if you got no other talents and this is how bad off you are, do you think that casting couch in Hollywood was just for women?
No.
No, it was
Probably
not
not.
just. No, it was definitely not just for women. There's men in Hollywood that had to have
But-
sex with the producers, and I'm not
There's-
talking about female producers. Men
No,
that
there's
had
probably
to
a
have
lot
sex with
more women
male
than men,
producers.
A
though.
lot more women, yes.
Yeah, I'd say there are definitely more women than men.
That happened to? Yes.
Yes.
But a lot of the actors in Hollywood had to do that. You mentioned Rock Hudson, Dean. What's the name of what's his name? The Dean, the rebel
James
dude.
Dean.
James Dean had
James
to
Dean.
do all that stuff. Yeah. So
But again, why do I care?
Right. Exactly. Thank you.
Most of California, if it fell off into the Pacific Ocean, wouldn't bother
Yeah.
me in the least.
yeah, that's what I feel like. People are talking right now about California mandating that you can't sell electric cars. I think. What is it, like 2030? After 2030?
Something real soon, yes.
And
Yeah,
here's
be able to sell
here's
them.
what I think. Go for it, California. Please.
See what happens. Watch what happens. Watch what
Knock
I
yourself
can't
out.
imagine them thinking this is a good idea.
California has to break. It has to break.
Well, you
There
know,
has
what
There has to be a
anybody's going to
revolution in
do.
California.
Yeah, there has to be a revolution in California.
Car dealers are just going to go out of business because people are just going to drive across the state lines, buy a car, and drive it home.
California has to
know?
break, man. I'm sorry, California.
No, I
places like
agree. I agree.
California,
I was complaining the other day to you guys about watching a video about homeless people in San Francisco.
San Francisco. Yeah,
Yeah, they're saying that what we need to do about these 10,000 hobos is put them up in high-rise apartments and hotels, get them off the street. That's
Go
really
for
gonna
it.
fix the problem.
do it. Seriously, that's what I feel about it. Not
no,
that
what
it's
we
a
should
good
do,
thing,
the
but,
San Diego Zoo has hungry animals. 2 and 2 go together. Just out they go.
Yeah.
They might get a contact high from some of them, but hey.
Yeah.
They'll get a
It's
bad
cheap
disease from
meat.
some of them.
Yeah.
Probably will spread leprosy and shingles to the tigers, but well.
Crazy shit out there. Let me switch to something real crazy. Actually, no, let me do this because I've been meaning to do this, right? So this is kind of like a big deal to me. For the first time, Barnauls, who are our friends, everyone out there knows about Barnauls. There's actually now like a code that you guys could use at Barnauls and save yourself 10% off. The code is Strange10, and when you do that and you buy anything that's over $150, you get, you save 10%. So you could save $15 by using that code. And I did a little graphic for everybody to put up there. Boom!
Ah, I like that.
Use code Strange10 when you shop at Barnauls, and that will save you 10% off anything over $150. So for like $150, you save $15, and that is the awesome. I forgot do you guys remember the name of Lola's thing? I don't even remember the name of my character in that thing. I put that so far behind me.